The tensions between Pakistan and Iran continue to simmer, with fears of further escalation mounting. The Pakistani interim Prime Minister, has called for an emergency security meeting, which will be attended by the military and the intelligence chiefs. In addition to this, the Pakistani army has also shared the operational details of the strikes deep inside the Iranian territory. It says that the strikes targeted hideouts used by terror organizations, namely the Balochistan Liberation Army and the Balochistan Liberation Front. Now, the Pakistan Army has said that it used killer drones, rockets, loitering ammunitions and also standoff weapons. The official statement has asserted that maximum care was in fact taken to avoid collateral damage. Now, Iran, for its part, has said that 9 civilians were killed in this attack, and amongst them there are 4 children. The situation has drawn the attention of the United States and indeed that of the United Nations, along with China, a strong ally of both Pakistan and Iran. And all these nations are, of course, calling for restraint. Beijing has expressed willingness to play a constructive role in de-escalating the situation if both sides want.
Iran and Pakistan are close neighbors, friendly countries to China, and countries with important influence. China sincerely hopes that both sides can maintain calm and restraint and avoid escalating tensions. If there is a need from both parties, we are also willing to play a constructive role in alleviating the situation.
The United States is also monitoring the situation very closely. The White House has urged for restraint on all sides in tensions between Iran and Pakistan.
You've all seen the reports out of Pakistan that they fired some missiles into Iran. We're monitoring this very, very closely. We don't want to see an escalation clearly in South Asia, South and Central Asia, and we're in touch with our Pakistani counterparts as you expect.
Now, the United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres has also raised some serious concerns. He has called on the two governments to exercise maximum restraint.
He's very concerned about this escalation, about the exchange of fire, of rockets between Iran and Pakistan. We've seen reports of casualties on both sides. Again, he urges both countries to exercise maximum restraint, avoid any further escalation.
Now, the Taliban government of Afghanistan has also called Pakistan and Iran's tensions as extremely alarming, and they've urged both the parties to in fact exercise restraint. And to give us more perspective in terms of what, of course, is happening at this moment, we're being joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, who's joining us live on this broadcast. Anas, at this moment as we speak, the military leaders and also the intelligence leaders within Pakistan are meeting for discussing what has been unfolding between Pakistan and Iran in the last 72 and 96 hours. Tell us a sense of what's in fact being discussed in this meeting, and how likely is it that what has happened between Iran and Pakistan could escalate further?
Last question first, Saleh. The likelihood of this escalating has now died down or simmered down. That is for sure. That can be said because a short while back the two foreign ministers spoke and they've agreed on going ahead with the diplomatic route and not the military route. That is a given. So Iran has signaled de-escalation, and something that Pakistan also wanted. So in all likelihood, it doesn't seem to go downhill from here. With that, the first part of your question, I'm outside the Prime Minister office, the Prime Minister house. The road here straight leads up to the Prime Minister house, and inside in here are deliberations that are currently ongoing between the leadership of the Pakistani military and the political leadership. The meeting of the National Security Committee is currently ongoing. The Prime Minister is chairing that meeting, and they are deliberating on two things: whether to deploy additional troops along the border, that is number one, relations with Iran, number two, and number three, that development that took place a short while back where the two foreign ministers have asked each other to go through diplomatic channels to whether send the Pakistani ambassador to Iran, Mudassir Tipu, back to Iran or not. That is what is being deliberated. In a short while from now, we will be hearing more from the National Security Committee as and when the meeting ends, and the outcomes of it will have a significant bearing on the Pakistan's security spectrum. Not just that, but also going forward onto the 8th of February elections as well. Saleh?
Absolutely indeed, Anas. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and getting us all those details. We'll of course come back to you as more details emerge in the story. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.